and sometimes waved it around to gain attention, but he never fired it at a suspect. Ceilings, cars, even armoured transports, but never a suspect. Probably should have handed that in, Eddie chided, pulling out his own gun, checking it before reholstering. Probably should have done it myself. Probably should have left this to the suits, Declan muttered. This one feels off. For a start, we shouldn't be here. He's not expecting us. We'll be in and out without the little bugger realising. Eddie opened the passenger door of the Land Rover, climbing out onto the hard tarmac. Besides, if he didn't want us checking into it, Yates shouldn't have mentioned Harper was back here. Sighing audibly, Declan holstered the pistol and placed the red beret back onto his head, following out of the driver's side door, joining his partner. Declan and Eddie had been partners pretty much from the start. Both training at Purbright in the same class, they quickly learnt they were two of the more capable members of the battalion. Because of this, as the postings arrived after training, they found this belief was held by the staff and examiners too, and they were sent to the same unit in Germany, and then into Northern Ireland together. And although they weren't partners in the same way that a US cop show would have them, they often found themselves paired up, the MP squaddies sent to fix the broken non-coms of Her Majesty's Armed Forces. Non-coms were the non-commissioned officers, the soldiers who never went to fancy officer school. From privates, fresh from the camp, all the way to corporal, uniforms usually policed the uniforms. Only when you became sergeant, staff sergeant, or even sergeant major in the Special Investigation Bureau did you get to lose the khakis. And then, in civvy suits and ties, you more often than not dealt with the juicier cases, the murders, the traitors, the full-on criminals. Eddie and Declan, there were just Lance Corporal and Corporal between them. Their average day included hunting stolen regimental pets, breaking up drunk squaddy fights, and closing down black market suppliers. Although with that one, they often made sure a little of the product stayed in their pockets. A kind of finder's fee for what they did. It was simple work, sometimes brutal, when you wore the uniform rather than the suit. Accidental deaths on the firing range, squaddies beating the crap out of each other over the same woman, even drug overdoses, these often fell under their remit. Declan had lost count, over the last 10 years, how many times he'd walked through open wastelands or forests searching for missing bodies, or faced the carbine of an assault rifle, a screaming, terrified soldier on the other end. Because to have the red caps hunting you never meant anything good. And, more importantly, it usually meant your army career was over, in one form or another. In the beginning, Declan had enjoyed the work. It wasn't combat, and he felt he was doing good, following in the footsteps of his father, although in a different uniform. But as the years went on, Declan had seen the other side of being an MP. You weren't a soldier, in many squaddies' eyes, just someone who wasn't welcome at a party in case something illegal happened. You weren't someone a troop wanted in combat because you weren't backing your brothers and sisters up. You were working out which one of them you'd gut first, arresting for whatever tawdry crime they'd committed. None of this was true. Declan couldn't give a shit what anyone did, as long as it didn't hurt others. And it was this attitude, one that was also held by Eddie Moses, that had probably cost them both a couple of field promotions over the years. There was loyalty to the army, and there was loyalty to the cap. Walking towards the abandoned quartermaster's stores, a 2-story warehouse that rose out of the dawn in front of them like an abandoned funhouse, colourful graffiti sprayed over the frontage, a variety of letters and symbols that were most likely tags by bored locals. Declan pulled out his baton, feeling more comfortable with this in his hand than the gun. "This made you weak," Eddie chuckled. "You're playing with your toddler when you should be catching bastards." "You're just bitter because you don't have a toddler to play with," Declan laughed. "Although you're always welcome to come babysit Jessica. Just don't let her near paints and crayons." destroys the wall.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.